Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Um, Due to the time differences, how's everybody doing? I hope by the grace of God, each and every one of you are doing well. So today is a day after Christmas. Afishiapo, afishiapa. Oh, happy holidays, guys. I will say everyone was able to enjoy their Christmas. Well, some people do not celebrate Christmas, so however they enjoy the day is up to them. But I had a really, really awesome time, watching the kids open up their presents, the look in their face. And, like my son normally does not, the 12-year-old, he normally does not dance. But I saw him like jumping around dancing, and I was like, why, are you happy? He was like, yes, I am so happy. I welcome each and every one of you. Welcome. I hope you all are safe and doing really well, enjoying life as yourself. Now, as always, I can never have a program, do a program without dancing, doing my cardio. That's part of my cardio. So you guys bear with me. Share with friends, family, invite friends and family. Odo yewu papa bichami one. Odo yewu, I promote his brother Elvis. How you doing? So, brother Victor, brother Victor, I promote his saying. And then you may change things around a bit. Hey, maybe about catch you kwame apia ni bronya nyom no. Maybe Bobby no my chamenase kama until we Bobby na mi chamenase kama mi ania ye dinkomo. Into be emfa na adwen embra. And then topic, Nsem. Today's topic is about pregnancy. We're going to talk about experiences, because, and this topic was brought up to me by my lovely, beautiful, intelligent niece, Afa. So we're going to discuss it. I will wish that she will call and also contribute. But, there are things that she has seen around her friends, her classmates, some of them choosing not to continue at their education because, pregnancy has become a fashionista for them. So welcome again, everyone. Rather, Victor, aka Prof. Bakope, Apomuti saying, thank you so much. We know that you had a lot of fun. Why? Yes. You know it. And let's start with the party. Yesterday I wanted to come on, but I had to refrain myself because you guys will have seen my craziness, and some of my craziness are watchable. Other craziness, it needs to be behind closed door. Oh my gosh. So let me just start with Chiami Ketri Kwame up here. You see, my husband's name is stuck in my head right now. And my mom shared this one in our WhatsApp group. So I text her, I was like, I'm using this one for my opening today. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Did you guys bring your dancing shoes? I hope so. Hello, my beautiful and knowledgeable sister, Shaila Amajo Adamson. Apomuti saying, good and Merry Christmas again to you. Yes. And even if you don't like dancing now, I would like for you to get up and just dance. Life is too precious to waste it on petty stuff. I mean, Christmas has gone and come this year, and we have made it so far to Christmas. And with the grace and with the blessings of the Almighty, we hoping to we want to be able to live to see New Year 2021. And 2021 should be, a prosperous year with less pandemic craziness going on. It's too much. It's too much. Being isolated in the house, there are times I don't even know what is going on in the world. My husband will come and I'll be like, is it cold outside? He'll be like, I haven't been going out lately. I'm just home working. Once I clock out, I'm like still behind closed doors. I haven't been going out. The only time I go out is if I need to go to the store to get something, which is not good. I should be like going out to walk for like a little bit, right, brother? Victor, oh, my Black beauty sister Alethea Dolly says, Apomo Eti saying, oh, thank you guys so much. Hey, you guys know I am not going to like come and not then. Ooh, Sister Shaila is ready. There we go. Okay, so you guys ready? And I love this song. Merry Christmas, I think I'm right. Me too, yeah.
I don't know why you ever every piece was I think I'm right. That's all we do. Mickey, you go D and it go fear for shut at the other side. Epa! Yes, go D, run your, yes, go D, run your, yes, go D, run your, yes, go D, to say, run your, to say, run your, to say, run your. I feel so. I feel so. And if you yes, go deep, but say yeah, but say yeah, but say yeah, but say yeah, but I feel so. Listen, me won't go. Me get me on. Me so me go body. I can't even get the bola and you say. Me can't go deep, bro. Me say. I feel so. Listen, me won't go. Me get me on. Me so me go body. I can't even get the bola and you say. Well, yeah, go deep, bro. Can you give me come? Record the one grab say me for the come. Record the wire so. Don't can be free. Approach up the floor. Yeah, go deep and me see. While I for the come, you record the wawa. From the come, you record my rasanga. Then for the come, you record so many. Yeah, go deep and me see. When I for the come, you record the wawa. Catch it for the come. If I don't get the crashing, those are for the come, it's on back with you. Down, Jesus, love. Yes, go deep, run you, yes, go deep, run you, yes, go deep, run you, yes, go deep. Senior, so me happy na na back of scratching. Oh, look, everything. Oh, because you will be serious, and I can feel so open the fire sounds. Yeah, go deep, but you. Yeah, go deep, but you. Rusi, Kayan Kasi Body, Enkola Mumra Media Rusi, Kayan Kasi Body, Monfa Osen Kasa, Monfa Ninjas Kasa, Monfa Rusi Kasa, Bonyo Body, Monfa Osen Kasa, Monfa Ninjas Kasa, Monfa Rusi Kasa, Bonyo Body, Monfa Osen Kasa, Monfa Ninjas Kasa, Monfa Rusi Kasa, Bonyo Body, Bonyo Body, Mami abafye boye body kakramiensa, papa abafye boye body kakramiensa. Mami abafye boye body kakramiensa, papa abafye boye body kakramiensa. Mami waboshe gaye body koni wajo, papa waboshe gaye body koni wajo. Mami waboshe gaye body koni wajo, papa waboshe gaye body koni wajo. Say yeah, brother. Say yeah, brother. Say yeah, brother. Say yeah, brother. Yes, body brother. Yes, body brother. Yes, body brother. Yes, body champagne.
Welcome, Brother Alice John, Brother Adwoa Wallace, Brother Fremont George, Brother Abba James, then, oh, hold on. Oh. Brother James, so who's one? I'm going to say, Brother Kwakubi. Welcome, everybody. My beautiful sister Jackie Rose Braxton. Hi. Let's put it down.
I'm only one year old. It's not to be the other war. You're a big only one year old. You make it up on war. You're a big you're back. But you don't tell your mother. But you tell people. But you got to tell you respect.
Hey! Oh my goodness! You're very much the sexy nurse. Papa Winter. All right. Next one. The last song, then we'll start the discussion.
Let's get away when I be my baby, oh baby. Let's get away when I be my love. That's the get away when I be my baby, oh baby. Let's get away when I be my love. I don't know, it's my love. I don't know, it's my love. I don't know, it's my love. Come on, I don't know, baby, I don't know, baby, I don't know, baby, I don't know, so come back to me, baby, I don't know, come back to me, sweetie, I don't know, come back to me, darling, I don't know, baby, I say, come back to me, I don't know, come back to me, I don't know, come back to me, I don't know, baby, I don't know. One time I go for concert, I called the girl and I asked her name. She said I did mine. The girl asked me, Coca-Cola said, Oh, African lady, I gon' marry you. I gon' take you to my house. You'll be the mother of my children. Wait till you with me. Wait till you go chop. Tell me what you want bring. I go buy them for you all. Oh my night. Oh my night. My baby. I go make you my love. Oh my night. Oh my night. I go make you my love. Malongo is malongo. Malongo is malongo. Malongo is malongo. Yeah. Malongo is malongo. Come on, malongo, malongo. Baby, malongo, malongo. Malongo, baby, so come back to me, baby. Come back to me, sweetie. Come back to me, darling. Baby. I say, come back to me, come back to me, come back to me, baby.
No, we got to be bigger. It's a man, no, no, but to bigger. It's a man, no, no, we are malongo. No, we are milolo. We know we are malongo. We are milolo. Hey, about the friend of my leaders. The reason I walk now. Send me what is a mina. What you can do so again. What you get for TV, and I'm a trouble with the Madina. Bami Suba, I face so many of the woman. We are malongo. We are milolo. Girls, we are malongo. We are milolo. Just come back to me, baby. Come back to me, sweetie. Come back to me, baby. I said, come back to me, oh no. Come back to me, brother. Come back to me, my dear. We are God.
Oh my.
Oh, all right. So that's it. Let me see to find my jingles. I haven't played my jingles in a long. Hey, brother, that's something. I'm over to say. Welcome. Only your Christmas move. I'm telling you. Thank you. And Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. God Almighty bless you also. I appreciate it. And thank you guys. That's my cardio. But like, I do it on Saturdays on camera. But this is like my normal routine. My normal routine. Hobby love music. I love music. My kids, they love music. But they have their own. The girl, she took after more. Because mommy can dance and boogie and do all that. Yes. So it's just always as it is. Let me see. Nana, if I'm the one who sent you, let me look for my name and get my jingles. There I am. Okay. Where's the jingles? Oh, Asem Ben Crane, and the Asem Nimi jingles non peso babana. Don't allow. I just do now. Neighbor.
What I mean is, beloved, Adwoa Odo is here. Let us go and listen to her. All you have to do
Hey, brother.
The words of this life to you.
Hey, Mindy Abema. Sky PM Asante. You can watch Papa. Afishiapa. It's good to see you. Goodness gracious. Sister Sarah, watch it. Welcome. Brother Daniel Dia. Mwakaba. Brother Kofi Boy. Welcome. Hey, Brother Brian, once we ye kikim ankasa. When a brother Ankra quest, Yamin Shramu, Samutimi, this masterpiece, jingle for me. The two of you. I appreciate you guys, and one love to each and every one of you. I welcome everyone. As I said earlier, if you were not on it earlier, today, I'm going to talk about Nsem, pregnancy. Pregnancy, most of us have different experiences, but topically, my knowledgeable, intelligent, beautiful, loving, caring 20-year-old niece, Afa, and I did topically, and mommy, in Komodiemu, my friend, who say, topic I may, normally no me for our rear be also a meka Abrabo Nsem to say human nipa ye quote through no ade, but I'm more focused on any positivity and ya a bet added on in our lives. To say me person me ye be Emma ono nso ni age group no sane ebe ya enkoye da bia mpanyifo nom ne ade na me ye ma no so okay to say ono no de watimi observe no nu we hu ni say ni to say ni classmates ya omo wie school last year mu no last year a year and a half ago no to say omo no aye ebi mu mani bebre no afa yefun omantoa school so na yefun no mafa no se akoye se fashion ebi na amom nti no social media de ene okwa entade ahodo ene yefu iti ye de kire ni ye kromu nso no so ofa yefun a eni kwa sa ode wafu kire sa esan se enye eyi ye wo hunhun boni ene hunhun pa wo hono but ebi mo nso wo hono ma to say omo wontem but oma wontem no even though in the beginning no it was a struggle for them, but they said they have come to appreciate it. Say one in a banam no mu nyina o mani abomu kama obi kura hu a onhu say ye wo ba obafu say ye wunia. Oh, my beautiful sister and knowledgeable one, Missy Amwako, welcome. And oh sister, may that say Merry Christmas to you again. Oh, thank you. And to say obi o no ne ba na ma chese ne ba na nyi ato no to say fekeke. And but obi so wo no ma I wontem na wo ye no o feel say akwala no are preventing from doing so many things. Na ya na cheso de na bufuo ni bibia ahye blame akora no. And so akora we innocent. Children do not ask for parents to born them. But we have some people now, I mean, due to the circumstance, decision-making choices, they end up having children earlier than they plan to do so. And then in America here, there are some teenagers, some youth who are intentionally getting pregnant. Because when you come to US now, there is a government program called WIC, WIC, whereas you go see your doctor, general practitioner or PCP, and they will recommend you to welfare where you go, and they approve WIC for you, whereas the government, the program gets you water milk, cereal, the healthy one, the one without sugar and everything. And then when you have your child now, they also produce children's milk, infant milk. If you do not want to give your child, like, breast milk, you don't want to breast milk your child, you have the infant milk, whereas you can give your child the milk and stuff. The government does help you to the extent. There are some things that you are limited to that. However, the other aspect of having children at young age, I mean, children having children, it's a lot to handle, and having children is not an easy thing to to experience. I mean, it's really challenging and difficult, and it's life-changing experience. If you yourself is not mature enough and have the ability or the capacity or mentally be grown enough to be able to take care of your child now, there's going to be a lot of struggles and challenges. We have had children who had born their child and abandoned them somewhere in the alley, or even like put them in a plastic bag, tie them up to go throw the child away. I mean, why on earth would you even want to get pregnant and not want to take care of the child because you cannot handle the situation? We have some youth who, I mean, abroad, they're not hiding their pregnancy. They're literally showing it on social media. Hey, my knowledgeable sister, Nana Abna Apomo Edison, welcome, sis. That they don't abroad, you don't have teenagers, youth hiding their pregnancy. No, 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 no. But back home, you have like some youth and teenagers, they hiding their pregnancy. They will get pregnant, they will wear double clothes, or like act in a certain way, like they only put a weight on, and then when they have the child now, they are more easily to abandon their child and then come home like nothing happened. I saw a video like mid this year, whereas a lady apparently went to the hospital and had a child, and after she had a child, less than a few or a couple hours, she disappeared from the hospital along with the child. And there was one particular nurse who paid close attention. So when she came to the maternity ward and she did not see this young woman, she tracked her down. She found her at home. The mother was not even aware that the young lady was ever pregnant. And then, they questioned her. They threatened to have her be arrested and stuff like that. So she finally fessed up and brought them to this abandoned area, bushy area. And she went and retrieved the baby. Whereas she had like put the baby in a plastic bag. I mean, thankfully, the child was not dead. So they were able to take the child out of the plastic bag and rush her back to the hospital. Some of the young men around her that went to look for the child wanted to beat her up, but the nurse was like, it's not good. They shouldn't do that because she just had a baby, and they could harm her more. So I mean, like, this kind of things happen, and it's not right. But the solution is not to beat her up. She needs help, and can you imagine if the nurse was not there, how bad it would have turned out? So you have so many different experiences that people have gone through. And then you have some youth and some teenagers, when they get pregnant, either accidental or intentionally, because with some young girls, when they get pregnant and the baby's father start mistreating them, or like, avoiding them, or like disappear on them, or start like sleeping with other girls, they want to hurt them back. And the one thing that they go like they want to hurt is the baby. So you do have some youth, some teenagers who will choose to have an abortion on their own, and then fast forward, when they get older, they're not able to have children no more. And then you have those youth and teenagers whose boyfriend will pressure them into having abortion, and at times it does not go so well. It does affect them medically, and some people, it costs them their life. So the topic discussion, I gave a couple examples and what we're going to discuss. So if you have any contribution you want to call, you have my number, call my WhatsApp. If you don't have my number, you can call through Messenger. I will pick it up, and then you can come and contribute. If you want to come on via video, let me know and I'll send you the link through Messenger or through WhatsApp. All right. So, hey, Dr. Joe Kisley, Apomo Etisen. I hope say yes, I don't need Shira. Hey, pa. So, and how was your Christmas? And I hope, for this whole week into New Year is just celebration. And to say, if you are you have not been good throughout the whole year, use this opportunity. Don't wait till New Year's Eve and then you pray and ask for forgiveness, because there are some things that we do within our heart with our wicked and evil mindset. Now, it don't matter how many prayers you do, there are some some sins now you will never be forgiven, because when you sin intentionally that it's wrong and you go about and you sin anyway, you will not be forgiven. Trust in me. So make sure that we are doing the right thing, making the right decision, and also holding people accountable, people who are closer to us, our loved ones. It don't matter how much you love someone, how much you love a friend, a loved one, family members, co-workers, whatsoever. Wrong is wrong and right is right. So we need to hold each other accountable. Accountability is part of the learning process, being able to take on your mistakes or your flaw, and then you tell yourself, okay, this is something that I need to work on. And oh my gosh, my beautiful sister Eunice Tieku. Apomo at the same minim crampo so abete haseo. You see, if I wasn't watching myself now. Hey, anyway, said you met me about Brado for Jagraja Junior. Apomo at the same. Welcome. Rather, oh, my dear, hold on. Let me get the my dear Vincy Ken, because a DB or Honoma, you can tell say or bad, I say because sometimes it didn't be where it's confusing. Hey, a beautiful sister, a big girl, baffle, Apomo at the same. I hope say yes, so I don't need Shira. When I mean, say, anyone has come on, I mean to me, and acknowledge now. Sometimes if I'm watching with you guys now, then I'll be able to tell. If I'm not, then I'll miss your name. If I do miss your name now, oh, brother Derek, Apomo at the same. Please forgive me. It's not intentional, and okay. So let's just have a conversation and then move on and have a life, enjoy life. So for most of you, how do you guys feel about youth pregnancy and or teenage pregnancy with our new generation? Because a lot of them, some parents are really on point in educating their children, there are some mothers who had used their own experiences to educate their children as to the importance of human lives. I mean, being able to have children is a blessing, because it's not everyone all over the world who are able to have children. Some of them are because of medical issues. Some is what they did to their body. They did not take care of their body as growing up in their youth. They misused their body, having multiple abortion, or having to go to someone who is not really a doctor or like knows how to do abortion, and then they messed up their organs, their womb, and they're not able to have any more children. Some of them, is also other issues. So like, you do have people that experience so many things, go through a lot of challenges. And family back home, I'm going to go to in English. Ebusuafo a ɛwɔ fie, I mean te sɛ yɛn Ghanafoɔ no yɛmu bebree, yɛnim sɛnea yɛ kuromfoɔ, yɛ kununom ne yɛ yerenom abusuafoɔ, ɛnamfofoɔ no bi no sɛnea ɔmo teɛ, te sɛ wokɔ awareɛ mu na sɛ within 1 year, 2, 3, 4 years, na 5 years eba, na sɛ woyɛ ɔbaa na wonwo ya, ebusuafo ade a yɛbɛyɛ wo. I mean, yɛbɛtwe to the point sɛ asɛ wonyɛ nipa na musuo mmɔ na kɔkɔ soma obi ba. Asɛm ato akwaraa ne maame wɔ hɔ ɔbɛba abɛgye sika no, ato sika no akona mu so sɛ wopɛ obi ba soma na nso wo bi. I mean, the stress, the pressure that are put on family members, mostly wives, is tremendous. Like that itself, will prevent a woman from getting pregnant, because there's so many coming at her. The emotional and psychological aspect, a lot of our people, nipa bebree wɔ your society community no a emotional and psychological abuse, you're familiar with it, but those are the invincible, the most dangerous abuse ever. You have mother-in-laws, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, even little children disrespecting a married woman because they're not able to have children. Now coming to the youth and teenagers having children. I mean, when I have my kid, I was grown enough. I was grown enough, to be able to take care of myself and my child. If my husband and I was not together, but thank God that he was around, because that was very helpful for him to be here with me. And my mom, oh God bless her heart, my mom, like she will go to work overnight, she come home and she will go home and change and then take the bus. She doesn't even call me to come pick her up. She would take the bus to come, or sometimes my dad would drop her off, and then she will come to my house. She will stay with my child. I used to work in the afternoon and my husband used to work overnight, because we fixed our schedule to the point that there's always going to be one of us home with the kids. Our children never went to babysitting. The only place that they went is their aunties and their uncles. Nowhere else. They never went to a stranger's house, or none whatsoever. And coming home, and she will be here to almost 3 in the afternoon, then go home, cook, get a little sleep, and go to work. I don't know how that woman did it, but some of us, we do have the support that we need. Oh, Bosso, the marvelous, knowledgeable, strong-willed, beautiful boss lady. Abom to same boss lady. And for Monday through Fridays. you need to check out Firelife Radio. With Boss Lady, 4 p.m. UK time. But drive your rough. Topic is about the banner. OMG. It's like amazing. Like, we need to learn. We need to learn and also be part of like the positivity and adding on to our life, because I tell you, the way the world is right now, there's so much happening. And informal education is as helpful as formal education. Uh, Brother Mohammed Ahmed, Apomo Etese, yeah, welcome. Oh, sister, my dear beautiful sister Sarah Abuna Esel, welcome. Etese. So, like, it's a whole lot. I had the help from my mother, and I have the help of my husband. So it was not really challenging. My pregnancy was like awesome. I worked the whole 9 months. There was 9 months. I worked the whole. I even went over the 9 months. I mean, when you get pregnant, they ask you your last monthly period cycle, and then they estimate how long you have been married. But I think that sometimes they're a little bit off, or they like right on, or like they go above. So whichever one, like the 12-year-old and the 10-year-old, they both went over their due date. The 12-year-old went over 2 weeks. The 9-year-old, the 10-year-old went over 1 week. So, and I worked throughout the whole 9 months. I was not sick. There wasn't a day that I called sick. Like, some of my former coworkers thought that I was going to have the baby at work because my stomach was like so huge. I couldn't see my foot. When it comes to my shoelace coming untied, I had to get help from someone to like tie it for me, because bending over was not an option. So it's like, some of us have had the support, the emotional, physical and psychological support, being having all the love coming to you. Because, like, oh my gosh, when I got pregnant, I saw the smile in my father's face. Like, when I told him that I was pregnant, he was like delighted. Like, my mom was beside herself, and then everybody was like, we hope it's a boy, we have so much girls. And I was like, oh wow. But Kay never said anything. He didn't say anything about wanted a boy or wanted a girl. Like, he just went with the flow. So I guess he wanted to make sure that I was in good space, that I wasn't stressed out in, having to put that burden on us. But, back home, you fear you crew nankasa no say be a woo worry. Not say the way our family will treat you, and nukra itself, the stress and the pressure, no, bit me ama wa watching and but then no to say me niece afa or no asam or the buy and say ni classmates no mu bi say social media ni action kwa fashionista to say omo afa yefun omo antoa school so na to say twa pictures no de baha no de baha say I mean to say if you will fire phone you see member will be any quite say well first trimester and they say who hide it that you shouldn't let the whole world know, but to say abroad is totally different. A many be cry a you on fuso a trap picture edible to on social media. I mean, obi a wɔ n'adwen sɛnea ɔfeele deɛ nti a ɔde n'afu ɛkyerɛ saa. Nti no, it's a lot. I mean, when she said, I was like, wow, that's something new. Growing up, I didn't see in such manner because I did grow up in Ghana. Uh-huh. My teenage years, I came abroad, but I say like people I know and people I see, akora bi wɔ hɔnom koraa wɔnyɛ ma wɔn pɛ sɛ na awofoɔ bɛhu nti na ɔkɔ akɔyi agu anaasɛ ɛyi efie ɔmo wɔ nkorɔfoɔ bi a like ɔmo mixe aduro nom ne ade. Sister Grace Aban Apomo Eti saying welcome. I remember like when I was 15 and a half, like I have a cousin who got pregnant and her dad was like, my gosh, we were all scared of her father. And so it's like, for him to find out that she's pregnant, that's going to be a huge problem. So she asked me to go with her to this lady's house because they mix some remedies and stuff, and then it will help her be able to like get rid of the pregnancy. So I tag along. Hey, I was 15 and a half. What do I know? So I tag along, and when we went and got it, she drank it, for the next couple weeks, she just threw up, went to the bathroom a lot because she was running. She was running, and maybe 2-3 weeks later, she told me that she's no longer pregnant. I was like, okay, and we were asked to keep it a secret. I can't go and tell on her, so I just closed my mouth and stuff. That child, that child was not ready to go anywhere. I came a couple months later. I came to US, and when I came to US, maybe 5 months later, I heard that she had a baby. So I'm sitting and calculating, and it was around the time that she got pregnant when I was back home. So I called her, and she was like, Adwoa, nea meyɛɛ ne nyinaa na medi agorɔ. Akwalaa no, kyerɛ sɛ me feel so afiri hɔnom sɛ akwalaa yi everything that she did, everything. It did not do nothing. And that child was meant to be born. And being a teenager, not having the knowledge that I have now, I didn't talk her out of it. I mean, that's her body. So whatever she wanted to do with her body, that's on her. But she learned a lot of things through her experience, and that child of hers is so blessed, and thank God he came out healthy, even with everything that she did. God had blessed her. Like, she's really lucky that her child came out okay. And he's been blessed. Like, when she looks at her children, he has been the one person who is successful. I mean, can you imagine? So, like, there are so many instances, people don't know. And she was a child herself. She's like a year older than I was. So, me being 15 plus going to 16, and her being, she was 17, in a couple months. So at the time, that was not, I mean, I was not the best cousin to give advice to her. Now I can give advice. But she's a grown woman too, and you have grown people. And then there are some instances like, you have friends and family. I have a teenager friend from my middle school, and I have shared her story before. She got pregnant and she wanted to get rid of the baby. She went and did whatsoever, and she ended up, damaging her organs. Everything in her stomach was like, oh my gosh, was affected. Ne yam nneɛma nyinaa ɛporɔeɛ. I mean, the damage she did to her inside, I don't know what kind of remedy she went and got and stuff, but at the time I was, dance secondary school or dance school, and I just came home to get some money and some school supplies from my uncle. May God rest his soul. And as I was leaving to go to school, I saw like my former middle school, Presby B, in Old Town by River. So I saw all of them, like at the time, that was when we were wearing our regular uniform before JJ brought teeny panel. Wearing green uniform and, people walking towards the cemetery. And you have some students, crying and stuff. So I just, being nosy and curious, instead of making a left, I made a right just to go along and find out what's going on. So I saw some of my classmates and I was like, what is happening? And they told me that our friend Lydia had passed away. And I was like, what are you talking about? I mean, it was a shocker. I was like, she was the most quiet of all of us. But like growing up, when we walked with her, the body that she had great body. And her buttock was like, like a mountain for her age. So I was like, no way. How can she be dead? What happened? And there was different, so many stories. Some of them talked about the guy who got her pregnant, tried to help her get rid of the pregnancy. Some of them was like, no, she decided that on her own. Some people were like, okay, her mom was aware of. There was like so many different stories around it. And she got sick and there was nothing the doctors could do because all her organs has been damaged. Whatever remedy she took, it damaged her inside, so it literally killed her. But before she died, she went through some excruciating pains. And the piano knew them because her inside was burning. And that is an immature teenager typical response, like she did not have the capacity or the ability to say to this person, whoever convinced her to do that no, I cannot do this, I'm scared, I don't know what to do, let me tell my mom or let me tell my family member and see what they can do. But it's likely possible the one person that she turned to, either a family member, her mom, or whomsoever, did not give her the best advice. So that cost her life. She died. Such a beautiful young woman. She just wastes her life away because she became sexually active at a young age. And the way that she was, there were like adults, when they see her, they will not think that she is a 15 or 14-year-old. They would think, say, she's 18, 19, 20 because her body form, her structure. She have like a young adult, body posture. So like she died and she's been dead for like, oh my gosh, let me see, over 30 years. That has been a long while, or maybe getting close to 30 years. Yeah. In between there, between 20 plus and 30 years. And it's a shame that she was not able to born a child, because she was definitely trying to avoid that, because she made a decision or a choice that ended up costing her life. So like, you have teenagers and youth. School is like the second, or maybe some of them, school is not even like, continuous of education. It's not even one of their goals. They, and some of them may not really have goals, and some of them, there are some youth, they kind of take themselves out of like further the education because they think that they're not smart enough or because they might have a family member, their own parents telling them that they're not smart enough. So, and then they have some family members who had children at early age, in their teenage years. So it's like it's a chain reaction. It's in the family. So like when they have children at young age, it doesn't, phantom, it doesn't matter because my mom had, they would say, some of them would say, oh, my mom had me when she was 14 or 13 or 15. So I don't think, it's a big deal that I'm pregnant at the same age. If my mom was able to take care of me, then I'll be able to take care of my child. Mentally, they're not prepared because they don't know what to expect. I mean, abroad, you have the government who will provide support with work. However, when you have the child and the child is crying in the middle of the night, the child needs to be fed in the middle of the night, and you, as the mother, are not able to sleep now. That is self alone. Hi, Charlie, even with me at having my children at the age that I was working, I have established, I finished school and everything. Without my mother's help, my family, my sisters, my brother-in-law's helping out with our kids, my husband, I don't think I would have been able to deal with that on my own. Serious matter. I would not have been able to handle it emotionally and psychologically. It is a whole lot. Hey, my beautiful, knowledgeable sister, Frida Efie Apomu Ed is saying, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas to you as well. Oh, thank you. Uh, I saw some of your um, programs. I love it. And I didn't know you can preach like that. My goodness, you see, we all have talents. I really enjoyed it. So I am following you, but for some reason, when you come live, I see it after the fact. So I have to figure out how to see you when you come on live so I can come and contribute in there also. But your videos that I have seen so far, bravo, bravo, good job with that. I love it. You were a fake pastor charlatans no, they say like omo krempo no Bible no kromu nim baby omo mie and omo bie kra no omo kan krempo na they cannot preach in such manner or explain how they relate to the scripture and how they understand the scripture. Oh my gosh, you are really real. I love it. I really enjoy that. Into whichever way, I will watch and contribute. So thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm happy that you're doing that because we all need to learn from each other. We have to support one another and be able to learn something new. New Year is coming very soon. Today is the 26th. Okay, so we have 6 days will be New Year, right? Wow. So in 6 days, less than a week, is going to be New Year. So most of us will come out with New Year's resolution. Please, if you have not been successful setting up a resolution for yourself, being able to complete it now, do it as you go. You just motivate yourself on a daily basis, or you can just very much, give yourself every month, every 2 months or 3 months, what you're going to accomplish and but before you even go there, find out your purpose in life. What is your purpose in life? There are some youth, what they talk about is, I want to have a lot of children. Okay, you want to have a lot of children. How are you going to support your children? Oh, their daddy will support them. Whoa, hold up. We do have some fathers, youth, teenagers, youth, and older fathers who are incapable of taking care of their own selves, left alone take care of a child. So our choice making, our decisions in life is so crucial. It's important. We have to figure out how we want our life, how successful, how we want to establish a really happy, loving, peaceful, and abundant, healthy life. We have to figure that out. Like, how do you expect or choosing to start a family when you yourself do not even have yourself together? You know, having children, getting pregnant is the easy part. Getting pregnant is the easy part. If your body is ready and your body can receive, you know, we do have some teenagers and some youth and some women, when they get pregnant now, it might be too overwhelming, too much stressful for them. We have some women, when they get pregnant now, they have to be at bed rest for the whole 9 months. Some of us, we are lucky enough to not have to be in bed rest. Oh, amen, 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 sister. Feel free, amen. Yes, you know, I'm just speaking the truth. I mean, I enjoy watching that program, and you're doing so well with that. The way you preach, I mean, you should become software, the sophomore meal, whichever one. But to say you like the realistic truth, you speak with so much passion. Aye, that's what we need. The truth is only one. Welcome, my dear Patience to say, hey, my beautiful, knowledgeable sister Aisha Ankro back. Sister Aisha, you can't. Oh, hello to you. You can't. You to say a Nsem. Pregnancy to say the youth for ne teenagers are, because me niece na de a topic by say or say a ni classmates ni be to say some of the youth, you know, teenagers, you know, to say omo no and to school so but to say omafa your phone na your phone so omafa no akoye fashion. When you match, I say, what to tonta dear shena, where to chat pictures na dia to you social media, just a life on abroad the name say buying boa or can be so with wig check. Ultiminia milk is ensure milk of feel free cereal like Cheerios, the regular one, no need conflicts, no need home crony, but the one without the sugar, no. You get it for free. And I will want now person over breastfeed you over wunya infant milk. No. So we both now you still get some infant milk. No, I didn't know. Oh, sex is not for fun and not for children. Can be my sister. As some mean what can, but teenagers need you for need be no some I will can be at that quantum mama. It's inform ho cry because no teenagers no ne youth ni bi wo ho no ma sex having sex no eno na emo feel it say nipa e pa o ma sama na say nipa pa o. Without having sex, no, they feel lonely, they feel abandoned. Like some teenagers and some youth, and even some adult women, they use sex as a means to receive love. But sex should not be, you know, entwined with love. Love is like, you know, a different warmth of feeling, you know, to have for somebody, to care for somebody, and to be honest with yourself, loving yourself, and so many things. But some of these teenagers and youth are just having sex. And the worst part is like there are some of them, they don't only have multiple, they don't only have one partners, they have multiple partners. So it's like even when they get pregnant now, they don't know who is the daddy, who is the father. And the emotional and the psychological aspect, being able to mentally be prepared for the birth of the baby. After the birth, like that's the most difficult part in taking care of a baby, a child. Like, how do a child take care of a child? Like, we have heard instances like, you have teenagers, they want to go out to clubs and parties or hang out with their friends, and their baby is crying all the time, they're not sleeping. So some of them will, feed them alcohol to have the baby sleep. Some of them would just plainly leave the child to cry throughout and just go out and party. I mean, a lot of them don't think of the aftermath. Bringing a life is like the most important um, thing in the world. The most gifted thing, and that's a plus. But you have to be um, in a good place mentally, psychologically, physically, to even start having sex. I mean, sex has become the norm for teenagers and youth, and even adults. There are some adults who don't even know how to take care of themselves, left alone to prevent having to irresponsibly getting pregnant. They don't practice safe sex. Not only that, you can also contract diseases, having unprotected sex. So, like, pregnancy is something that's a big deal. It is a big deal. To become a mother, I love being a mother. In the beginning, I did not realize how difficult it is to taking care of children, our children. Like, the work that I did, the money that I saved, I thought like we were set for like whatever years. But boy, was I was I dreaming. And one person, it's difficult for one person alone to take care of their child. That's like, so this is Aisha Ankra. Sex is definitely not for fun and not for children, but we do have a lot of children who are sexually active, and most of them are not practicing safe sex. They just going about, and some of them with multiple partners. Some of them is because they upset with the person that they with. So what's happening? Like, if they find out that their boyfriend has cheated on them or has slept with a friend of the group or a classmate, they're going to sleep with the boyfriend's best friend or brother. I mean, it is like so messed up because in America here it's so common. Those who live in America have been in the school system, or even like if you work and you have some co-workers, some women, some teenagers and youth, they don't really care as to whom they're sleeping with. They have multiple partners. I've been watching paternity court, and I'm always blown away. And you have some mothers who came to court for DNA after 30 something years, which means when they were growing up and in their teenage years, and how you may call it, their youth, they were wild, drinking, smoking, being with so many people, and they don't even know who their daddy is, their child's father is, because some of them will come with big attitude. I know you. I am 110% sure he's my baby's daddy. There is nobody else. Yana, I did not sleep with nobody else. He was the only person I was sleeping with at the time of concession and all that. And they will go through this each other and call each other all the names, but the judge will like tell them, listen, you have to be respectful in this courtroom, because this is not about the two of you, it's about the child, your son, your daughter. And then with everything that they will say, it will come out, you are not the daddy. And DNA does not lie. Can you imagine, like it is like so, I don't know how to fathom with that. Like, why? And then your child has to go through another possibility. And then some mothers will be like, the judge will ask them, well, he's not the father. Was there another person? Some of them will say, oh, maybe there's one more possibility, like the guy that I was with before I got with him, or like shoot. And then they bring that person, and that person is not the daddy. And you be like, okay, so how many men do they have to go through before they find their child's father? And some grown women, they going to continue their life without knowing who their father is, because their mom, some mothers say they don't remember. How can you not remember how many multiple partners you have slept with growing up because you were wild? It's amazing. Wow. This Aisha says, wow, some children are living in the world of fantasy. I'm telling you, like, but they met it. The worst part is like with their fantasy and everything, right? They bring in a human life in the world. And some children do not get the best of their mother because their mother themselves is a child. So they don't have the capacity to take care of the baby. And then the baby gets tossed around to either foster home or like to a family member, and that family member may not be so good or the right fit for the child, or being placed in a foster home may not be the right place to put the child. Like, I just don't understand why some youth and teenagers cannot take care of themselves. Abstinency, like, don't have sex until you know you are ready to do so. Having sex with young boys and with boys will not bring you love. Before you even get into relationship or having any sexual activities, you need to learn to love yourself, care for yourself, value your whole existence, do self-assessment, self-discipline, build your self-confidence. Sex is not love. Having sex is not love. Oh my gosh. Crisscross Mensa, my beautiful, knowledgeable baby sister, says some don't even know about what safe sex is. Hey, ma. Asem kesiye no akofa beto ho ye o. That is so true. There are some teenagers, some youth, and even adults who do not know what safe sex is. I mean, like, sometimes when you think about certain situation, we do have some mothers who have their teenage daughters doing family planning. My gosh, you couldn't teach your child any, like, family planning. You practically serving your daughter the silver platter. You can have sex at any point, anytime. Yeah, talk to your child about safe sex. But doing family planning for that child, you telling that child, listen, because you did this, you will not get pregnant. So you can be with anybody that you want. Without family planning, does not save you from contracting diseases. We have to educate our sons and our daughters. You know, we back home you have men, teenage boys and youth getting their classmates, you know, their mates, you know, pregnant, and you don't find them anywhere. You go and then you go to their family and they will deny ever getting you pregnant. So, I mean, how do you establish that? Safe sex is a conversation that most mothers, fathers, family should have that conversation with their children. I remember in my teenage years when I was in 10th grade, we had to do health class, health education class, and they were teaching us, like, you know, safe sex. And I remember we have to watch a video, but parents have to consent to that, and my parents signed it. And one of our teachers, she showed us, you know, giving birth, and seeing that, I said to myself, oh hell to the no, I am not having no sex. The way this woman was crying, pushing the baby, I was like, I am good. And you know, you have even some of the boys over there, a lot of the people like trying not to watch, and the woman was screaming, and the girls was like, oh me, I'm not, listen, boy, yesterday was your last one, you ain't getting any more. And I was like, holy shit. Brother Victor, Wafunie, aka Prof. Apomutin saying, good to see you. Finally, you dropping it. Let's go into the contribution. Yeah. Victor, we picture it. Chale no be small thing. Prof and pa. Brother Victor Boafo said, as much as sex is recreational and yields joy and stress relief to both parties, is strictly reserved for serious-minded people with aims and objectives. Hey, my goodness, where you bum 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 nukre. True talk, brother. Victor Boafo. I'm not even going to, you know, go into it because it's self-explanatory. That is the truth. The truth is only one. I mean, you have people, I think said some of the teenagers and the youth, they only see the pleasurable part, you know, the lust. They just playing, you know, going about with the feelings, you know, orgasm pattern on normal focus on. They do not see the seriousness of, you know, as a person, you have to be mature minded enough, you know, to be able to deal with the consequence after. So thank you so much. This is Alita always say, I'm doing good. By the grace of God, amen, amen, amen to that. So Crisscross Mensa, my baby sister. She says some men convince and assure their partners that they will not discharge inside or pull out. Obviously, when they are having an orgasm, they certainly suffer amnesia. No. They have. Oh my gosh, Crisscross, you go kill me, oh. Hey! Sister Missy Cress, right? Hey! Oh my God, brother Victor, sir. And then so what can say? A man be. Hey, Crisscross. This is a big one, oh. Hey. Oh, this is like, that's like, you know, immature mindset, you know, like it's like being what's a matriculal. Poof, it disappeared. Hey, it is so true. Like, you know, I just don't believe with the pulling out, because that don't even if they do pull out, and the little ones that comes after that is too dangerous. The best way is to have, I mean, I'm not condoning in teenagers and youth having sex, using sex as a means of love, because having sex is not a means of love. Brother Victor Boafo, the ato bam prof, aka prof, or the ato bam. And to say like most of the time, it's just it. I don't know. I shouldn't be surprised, but it blows my mind when I hear some people talk, or like how people go about to get someone to accept them or someone to love them. A guy or a woman sleeping with you has nothing to do with love. Some people, they are lonely inside and out, so they want fulfillment. But after you have the sex and have the orgasm, that's about it. Oh, me that's on my hair in Nana Boama, thank you for coming through. So, like, the when a guy promise you, the teenage girl or the youth or whomever, as a woman, that they're not going to discharge inside you, or they're going to pull out. Now that's a lie. The minute they say that, no, master, put on condoms. Condoms is like 99%, oh, it's not 100%. So even when you're using condom to have sex or not, it can break or it can spill. It depends how long that man has been holding on. Holding on. So you never know what is coming out. They do not have no amnesia. Like most of them, no, almost then send me who sunny no whopa. Oh yeah, I'll see. Oh, say wutu or so me who my yet. I didn't hear me dentina me bunipa. And no fiegum. No fiegum. Hey, ma. The atom can say that to us. Brother Victor, wow, for that's it. Why? Na say the biya mfa mu nyina mu mfra o. Ye beka some. I know the idea that one. Some parents are damaging their own children, then they blame it on the system. Hey, Sister Aisha, who confess some abo. Bam 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 bam. Sometimes, this is some of the situations now. It worries me, no. Human beings, mothers, fathers, children, people in general, most of us, we don't want to take accountability of our own wrongdoing, of our own bad choices, poor characteristics. Some parents do not. My baby sister said, no, some people do not know how to practice safe sex. They don't know what it is. Because some parents are having their teenage children, daughters, have family planning without the education part. So how do you expect your child, your teenage daughter? Oh, this is good. This is good. Radabafo. I come what to say. Yeah, who was it? Who was another system? Well, oh, you want me to send you the link to come video, or you want to contribute this way?
I'm in my bed, so I want to contribute this way.
Okay, good. But who was system be on who I went with a volume was runner? Okay. Me akwaba e wo dwumadie so. Apomu te saying.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well. Did you enjoy your Christmas?
I did. Actually, I had to work, but I still had a lot of fun.
Oh, I see. I know. Like you had me laughing too much yesterday, but we'll carry forward after the program. Sister Sage, my knowledgeable sister, welcome. So, Brother Bafo, what baby, mean keep you on too long. And then come my Nsem pregnancy, chi, brofo, whichever way you can go, we mixing it. And me niece, the topic he bring me say, we school no test any classmates in Mani Bebre, no, my fire phone. Now your phone on my funnel. To say social media and say I fashion or monta or mobeto beshe no mutucha pictures to social media no near de but to say what on hunyentia school no or man first school na ni omo ni mu kan na awomom no di edi omo ni mu kan e san say te say eye ne nwanwa say bibi say ekoso na e no no nso onim sane so no watena around us into him sani wa adwuma yesi ye nom ni ade. It's hard work. You know, she was curious about such way, but it's all compare Ghana teenage Nsem ni abrochi no munya government support. Nti no bi oho no mo no emfa ne ho che say obenya mo anti no on sheda nsofa se wo fie. Nti won so wadwen kire wo ho ne sen.
Yo, my man, and fine, check us here, some of you.
Angel was so. It's here for the so.
This is a very sensitive topic that it still needs to be discussed in a way.
No, correct.
First of all, let me say from a perspective of say I war in general, I war
no correct.
I war because even scripture, instruct us to say we should put and multiply. Okay. But at the same time, so when I can come say, "Sabi you be as a sister already."
Yeah.
With that said, I would like you to. Before I say anything about this whole teenage pregnancy stuff, I'm gonna say something real quick.
That's
I walk and that's also video be a Miss Bell. You know, today is Miss Bell's 41st birthday and already 41.
Wow, I see.
And
interesting.
She was in the hotel with her son. And instead of she being extremely happy and feeling good and excited, she did a video, about 15-minute video, where she was just crying.
Oh my!
Broken hearted. Said, as someone now can say it's supposed to be her birthday where she's supposed to have fun. She's supposed to have fun. But then she was going to feel this way, which I said earlier, sharing tears because of one thing, an advisor or the MI and say, some of Kaya and say, Obabia will share me. No matter how old you are, no matter how old you are, so in case that that's what the message she was passing around.
Wow.
Or say, walk and say, baby, I was one follow Miss Bell. No, I am not the baby, it's only John. She's always in her video and her pictures and everything.
Okay.
Everybody thinks that John was her son. But Ochre must say, John or Adapta Kolana at the age of 3.
My gosh. Really?
In 19, for USSS, a part of Abrabo, the university in Libya and the results of that.
Oh, wow.
16 years to be taking care of this boy.
Oh, my gosh.
Akolana Mame eti Choko. Ni Mame Magnaya 4. All of a sudden, this woman showed up and said, Grofo Eddie trying to say, so now they're making comparison between John and the man John is getting a very good life. So now the people are comparing. She can't take care of her own kids.
That's terrible.
And so in order to avoid all this, she decided to go for her son from Israel when she was 16 years.
What?
So So this woman, on the 15th of December, this woman came, and the boy also decided to go because he felt at the point when no stage there, he wants to be on his own.
Oh my gosh.
That free life, And so she made that day fair. Obi ho akola na baby ati so ne nam choco, well in choco, that when you baby, choco is compared to somewhere like Italy gone, you bring you up in that way.
No,
now all of a sudden you're going to go down the drain, then again. It's now make it a comment. Well, thanks, what's say? And no, and your first day, there was another lady, a very Radua. But Yakolana Shano for university. You wanted to question now for university. The day Akolana did the first, also took my now about Rodina, now the girl Akolano and the back.
Wow.
I joined the Banabra. Or no, university, no. Or did the first pay, and I name me. There no one say, who crowd come and you do. We are too harsh on me to do. And I saw the Conimano. And I know so. So that was two experiences. She's talking. I'm not saying, saying, me. And the man be beya, they won't know and answer the what's up for you could imagine what I could have done to myself.
That's right. My gosh.
I could have committed murder because of, I should be 16 years. I should be away university. Emma, because
no gratitude. My goodness.
Exactly. And to make I want
yeah. No crap.
Now let's talk about the teenage pregnancy. And I say you want to have kids. There is something we call planning in every human being. When you put on crying, you are your children for all the well, what do you know? Bible says on the first day or you see, on the second day or you see,
no correct.
Or you see, on the seventh day or resting, or plan or execute it.
That's
and
right.
So in life, over here say you got to follow the fashion and answer whatever people are doing. But in actual fact, you need to have a plan.
That's right.
There are so many benefits of actually having kids at the right time.
That's right.
So many benefits. Let's talk about who needs to buy. Let's take a look at it critically. Fine, people are just doing something, and then once of what is the term they call it now? My baby mama.
Annie. Yes.
My baby mama. My baby mama has now become a fashion. Okay, like I said, you can't call no. What should I worry no fool?
No correct.
And the girls are thinking, say, the earlier they have kids, not the better, because what they are showing to say, as you grow, it becomes so complicated for you even to have children.
Yeah, which is the truth.
And then I can go into marriage and all that. In case the menya warrior corner,
that
is the mentality. But then, there should be what I said. What is actually this whole teenage pregnancy thing? Okay, now you know why people are actually going into this whole kind of like sense without conception. There are so many negativity associated with teenage pregnancy, other than just having a child. We don't actually even know. We only look at regardless of your age, who needs that. And I totally do not condone abortion.
No, correct.
Because if you have your plan together, you will never have an abortion because wouldn't it say you are due to make babies, you are due to start having a family, because you have planned it. What could university when you may be here?
No, correct.
You are adult enough, you have a business that can sustain you and take care of the child. And so at that moment, you can start that family if you choose to. But to go into high school, we're talking about you may go school, go college next year. And so I know say 18, 18, 19, and according to
that teenage pregnancy, the yardstick of more using is just for 15 and 19 years.
No, correct.
People who usually kind of like have, children at that age, then you be considered as having teenage pregnancy.
That's right.
But although there are so many issues associated with that, risk issues, it be a low birth rate. You don't think about your child. You think about these issues. The low birth rate or the premature birth.
That's right.
There's been a lot of statistics which show that at the very tender age, between 15 and 19, they're going to go through that. And what they're going to also experience low iron levels, which is anemia. Okay.
Ooh.
And then also you're going to have high blood pressure, which is caused by the pregnancy, induced hypertension.
Wow.
PIH, which is pregnancy-induced hypertension. And it can lead to pre-eclampsia, which is another disease. So, you are subjecting yourself to all this because your whole body is not so groomed and ready to have a baby, but you choose to have a baby because it is becoming fashion, so you want to do it. There is also a higher rate of infant mortality.
That's right.
And then compared to the well-matured in adults, the kids could die.
That's right.
There's also a possible greater risk of pelvic disproportion. That is, the baby's head is wider than the
body. Whoa, that's right. Was it me enough?
Your body should be able to have a natural birth. And so a baby will pelvic, because that's all going through. Wow. And many others.
Wow.
And you say, is it worth it? You just want to have a child, to have fun, and answer because people are doing it, or you just want to do the right thing. And when we say there have been research, it shows that teenage pregnancies have actually fallen. They have really come down with the years, coming into and it's only for two reasons. Two reasons, and then they say people are now having less sex.
Okay.
Especially teens are having less sex.
Because they almost
exactly, because teens have just stopped having sex, unlike before. And also, those who are actually active also are effectively using contraceptives.
You see, so people has learned
using contraceptives. So if you want to never so my panel, or my smart, if they want to do it, they're going to make sure that they're protecting themselves. In order to avoid that. And I'm hoping to be a man also the same. So now let's look at why does this whole topic matter? Wow. I'll read a little bit here of the substantial health, social, and economic costs. When you pay attention to them, health, social, and economic costs are associated with teen pregnancy and child rearing. Teen mothers are significantly more likely to drop out of high school and face unemployment. So when you become a teen and you're not going to go to school. You cannot go to school with that.
That's right.
The symptoms will even prevent you from actually being punctual in school. And so definitely you're going to end up dropping out of school.
That's right.
And when you drop out of school, what is going to happen? You're going to go and fall upon the government for unemployment. You're going to start applying for unemployment or for subsidy from the government.
That's right.
And what does it do? It affects the system. It affects the whole country. The taxpayers' money and everything is going to be going to you. All right. Children born to teen mothers are more likely to have worse educational
health
outcomes.
Wow.
In Poland, you're more by teenagers. So mature. they are going to have worse education. Why? Because
No correct.
Where would the value of education at that age,
Or giant school.
Whatever, or SO year one protecting the whole 1 year, the war. What do you think? Advice depends on some or the Bama work. So it is just going to be like a trainer in a free trainer aircraft. There is no control of it.
My gosh.
Because
and I will maintain no again. I want to catch him. Jeez, as some more.
Both of them are not right.
Wow.
So I'm
No correct.
So then the children, the children of teen mothers have a higher risk of dropping out of school, becoming hospitalized, dying from infancy or childhood, and becoming a teen mother themselves.
My gosh.
So I'm
and you will repeat it the same way.
Of dropping out of school also entails additional health risk, as the connection between education and health is well documented.
No correct.
Lower educational attainment among adults have higher correlation with poor health.
That's right.
And we know that we are so educated, we are so inclined. We see that around. I'm not going to mention them.
No correct.
We see that. Your attitude, your mindset, and health, any economic, and you're extremely low.
That's right. Limited.
So that puts you, exactly. So that puts you in a very poor. So poverty actually comes in along that line.
Right.
So,
hey, brother, Bravo. Oh, tiny table, so.
Yeah, there is a research here. The National Campaign to Prevent Teen and Unplanned Pregnancy has estimated that teen pregnancy and childbirth cost the United States taxpayers $9.4 billion with a B. Okay? In increased health care, child welfare,
wow,
and incarceration costs among children of teen parents. Okay? And if you look at the money that the government pumps to that, this can think fair. This welfare is there. This fund is there.
No correct.
And they're gonna go in, but then I don't think fair. Or by them, Rebecca said, I buy you with the capital or everything. But then look at
no correct.
The disadvantages, the risk you put yourself
it's
in.
too great.
The Aqualana future, put yourself in.
That's
now,
right.
Is that better than what I'm just going to get somebody to do for me?
Man.
Now, young highly affected when it comes to this teenage pregnancy thing. Teens in foster care, number one.
That's right.
And American Indians, Alaska, Native, Hispanic, we see that black and the
no correct.
And then teens from low-income families, because of course, if you don't support them, that's the reason why it is very essential that no matter what we are, no matter what our income is, we should cherish our kids and get them closer to us. So we can Miss Bell in the video must say, me buy your way. I mean, you can cry a year, didn't be or back here because for the say
no correct.
Now, will be bad now, especially what I'm going to celebrate, that's on a high level of thing. So we're talking about low-income families. When we don't provide for our kids begin to look elsewhere.
No correct.
And that is where they get trapped into this kind of like stuff. Be mind if you look at every person now, not so close to your daughter or your son, somebody will change them for you.
No correct.
Then things from families with low educational background or attainment, and also another. And another big kind of say, the woman I mean I went to school now with their water collar. What we always aspire, what I've always told my kids, what we always aspire is that maybe our parents your educational background.
No,
Your aim is to go beyond that. And then your children's aim is also to go beyond yours. So be build upon. Baby, the papa and the parents,
no, correct.
And we also know this about teenagers living in rural areas whereby any urban areas somewhere more enlightened. Across the OB can be between Chimana.
Or they have funny as a work up.
So, before I will, let me give you a little bit of the highest rate of teenage pregnancy.
Got it.
That was the Hispanics, 29 out of 1,000. And the Hispanics will have teenagers, 29 out of 1,000.
Wow.
Having pregnancy.
Wow.
Followed by the non-Hispanics, there year before, 28 out of 1,000.
Not just that we're not far off.
Yeah, we're not far off.
Wow.
And then you come to American Indians, about 22 out of 1,000. And non-American or white teens, 13 out of 1,000.
You see,
and so what you want to, because it's not a one-size-fits-all.
That's right.
It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. And then also, before I'll end, let's also talk about the country.
What's the some
when it comes to the race that has the lowest and highest sperm count. Can say I can't imagine the men to the effort. Black men are significantly lower when it comes to semen volume, sperm concentration, and total mortal sperm count. Abrabo Odo more sperm count than as I said before.
Really?
Okay. Yes. And these are some of the. And then let me end by saying that the 10 states are more the highest in birth rates. As of the latest, number one is Alabama, followed by New Mexico, then Tennessee, then Texas, then West Virginia, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Louisiana, and then it goes on and on.
Whoa! What a wow!
And what I was saying is that maybe if you are young, focus on your education first.
Most definitely.
Because when you have your education and you have a good job after your education, and then you cry, those is new school, Ghana, you see,
it's
so structured and so well said. What do you now? You say you are going to college. Actually, by 2025, no one will be your master by 25 years. You'll be done with your master if you choose to.
Yes.
And then you can start life. You have a good job and you can start life. And I don't think that 25 years it will be too old and that's too late for you to start making family. Okay? And then I'm going to prepare.
No, correct.
At the end of the day, you will going to suffer it and you will really, really feel it. And then we put ourselves into situations whereby we begin to hate our own children.
No, correct.
Not because of what they have done,
but because of formal decision. Yeah.
Put them into that predicament.
Oh, right there.
I won't do it. Give me a week. And I will be kind of 1 minute. A year, baby. And then one more mobile. And by Christmas. The mommy address to issue now about.
And remember, no more amnesia.
Yes. I don't think it's amnesia. I'm being honest with you. I have had this discussion with a lot of my female friends.
Wow.
Okay.
No, boy.
I'm telling you this. And the young man, one of them listening to me on the call, it is a signal. Remember how this whole genital and reproductive system works.
No, correct.
When it's coming, you know it before even it gets there. You probably know it about 30 seconds or even a minute. Because when you are running, I still be
No correct.
Okay? When you are running and you know that you are getting to the finish line, when they start the race, they start so explosively.
That's right.
And then in the course of the middle of the, your same course, they keep the consistency.
That's right.
Just to say, when they are finishing, because of this, I don't want to make I'm looking that faster to finish the line. They slow down a bit to finish. On the end. I have done it. Look, man, I become myself. I dated my first Obama dated. We never. She was so good. I trusted her, and she trusted me, and so now I was not afraid of any
pregnancy,
illnesses or diseases. Yeah, because she was very, very good.
Okay.
And, we decided that we're gonna have it, and very, very educated. I actually was the one that made the draw. I had a plan in my book. I made the menstrual cycle, and I calculated the ovulation time.
Brother Victor.
When you cannot go in. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's another ovulation. You cannot catch them there. Then I put it on and I do my calculation to 28-day cycle. I know where the ovulation is, 3 days before, 3 days after, free zone. When we meet her, we know when I can come in, or we know when I have to pull out. I also go, but I tell you, say you know when you are coming or when you are about to come, a minute at least, so you know when you can withdraw. And yes, I feel that. And I want to change about when you said you wouldn't no, it is not.
Oh, sister, Missy.
Not all men.
And
I know myself so well.
Hey, brother Baffo, we pass on pause it. Hey, Chris Cross is saying, thank you, well said. And Sister Aisha said, thank you, caller. You just nailed it. And then Chris Cross said, love at first sight. And then Sister Missy Amwako said, Mr. Baffo, aka Prof. Hey. And then Chris Cross Mensa said, you are well managed and smart. What about pre-orgasm? Chris Cross, the question was, so what about pre-orgasm?
Other than pre-orgasm?
Yes.
I think that, look, orgasm, that's something we'll probably bring up another time.
No, correct.
The whole big topic on it.
Yes. Yes, Chris Cross, don't come and change the topic. We will come and talk about that.
That's the whole topic. There are stages, as I said, no pre-orgasm, there are stages of that. But, we'll talk about it. But remember, orgasm is different from ejaculation.
That's right.
All that so now we're in orgasm. So it's not because this is a very big topic that we can talk about another time.
Yeah, because we are right.
There is no excuse. I'm telling you, there are no excuses. If you don't insist that very, very knowledgeable about his own reproductive system and he doesn't even know what biology is. And it's like management. When it's not on, then it's not in. When it's not on, then it's not in.
That's right. No, correct.
The truth is that don't also be deceived by certain guys. Okay, I'm a guy. I'm different though. But don't be deceived by original just, I have to wear a condom and all of that. Condom, if the condom is expired.
Yeah, and yeah, Papa.
Condom, there are pores in between them in the rubber. Latex and after whatever. You gotta know. Because of which condom, you condom on the when you say.
Now who say good?
Expired before the person uses them. Because it will be so crazy. You don't want to go into the drama. I wouldn't even time pack when you use a condom on you.
And swap for your phone.
And I was then And I don't know that I mean use condom. Then the blame becomes it's one of just a bad critical. Hey, when you know within yourself that you've not gone anywhere else, not the Nippon or no that then just go and do a paternity test.
That's right.
That person in a simple as that.
Yeah, brother, I am a share a paternity court. Now, a mabebre timi ba ebe cancer almost 110% send the past machine me. Na nyo I mean, if you have 30 years, 20 something years, I try and son or mobile paternity test. No, I mean, all that is stressful.
Oh, yeah, and I say
oh, yeah, and mommy and sonny, you know, and ma. Ah.
Well, now,
yeah, no shame at all. I mean, that's a lot. Now, brother, brother Victor Bafo, aka Buafo. Missy, that be me changing the Bafo, Buafo, brother Victor Buafo. Buafo, to say. When we do the orgasm stuff now, and also Baba Swab, I bet you I will definitely,
I will. I surely will.
Hey,
but I will surely do well to be on.
Oh, brother Bafo, to say, Tana den Kabe, butu. It is a says mom was last Omuye, Obia, G, sending 3 more about orgasm, ni pre-orgasm. There's a crisscross who jump ahead of us. Was he sorry? Oh, was he sorry? A very different topic. A very different topic. Yeah, you was so brother. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, Mate brother Bafo, like yeah, my own sweat fish, ya pane. You what baby she share? What baby breaky things down? No, and that's in Yamishra. It is a be I would take one of them be steam nas or so sandy be back one waba. Why? Yes, thank you so much. One love to you always. Thank you. Bye, bro. Oh my gosh. Brother Victor Bafo Bekubio Intino aka Prof. Chese ono the oba or the facts and ever. Research the when you give him that you work in a obekwa ako farmer will say na mommy akwaba my beautiful, knowledgeable, awesome, caring, loving mommy, Mrs. Ama Mensa Emewakwaba, and I think Sister Sage Williams, Makani products and authentic products, no actual many times my show mo the t-shirts I wear any new kunsu I wear the cream one and the body but basha no then also no call a sages share.com na no akwa Toby kama so went me and Toby for bronya afishiapa I mean it says a wunti Toby bi ma wo hukafo bi anase unua bi anase wadanfo bi a wo pese wo ye no action kwan ubetimi ato because we have up to New Year and nekura wo store after Christmas na wo shopping a wo benya nuoma fo because before Christmas na ya na nuoma ni bi mu edu after Christmas sales no and no cry your best and you know it's never too late to bring something later. Brother Emmanuel Ajare down Kwameda Sipa Nyami Shroud, and you have a good and blessed afternoon as well. Thank you, I appreciate it. Tama and that brother Bafo Kasano brother Buafo hey Asemo brother Buafo Madam for brother I Bafo champon need to me kabitima come na brother Victor Buafo aka Prof Kasano na mi hu sa adofo no belande no mo nso contribute with very productive comments and you know I'm going to go back and read them As I said, Jimmy, that I say, oh, and now you're boxing day, oh, and then maybe I'm call boxing me, maybe boxing. I will do my own boxing. I hope I had the best Christmas ever yesterday. And no, many Japan said prior to Christmas, make I think I bronya that me ban up and you near a matching. Change of plans. Essentially, not me enjoying. I needed to enjoy continuously all the way. Now, Sister Sage Williams can be earlier. Was it children are not toys? When we have them, we should love them and take good care of them. They are here to stay. Children grow up to be adults. Most certainly, that is self-explanatory because sometimes, some of us don't realize, all that. Nipa ye nipa. And when we have children now, we need to be able to take care of them. A child should not have children. And then Brother Boafo came with these, statistically, this is something that is a fact. You can check it. It's a fact because in circumstances like you putting yourself at risk because teenagers, you're not grown enough. Your perfect is not cannot even open up to the extreme for you to have a child through that. There's so many problems with teenagers having kids, but some children, they don't care because their family do not care. They don't take care of them. They don't educate them. They don't do stuff. Oh, mommy, thank you so much. Good morning and Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you so much. I love you, mommy. Sister Aisha Ankran, so Ediba could be better one on bam. Tama brother Boafo Kasano. Or say Sister Aisha Ankra said the factors contributing to teenage pregnancy included lack of school fees, lack of parental care, communication and supervision, poverty, peer pressure, non-use of contraceptives, desire for a child, forced marriage, low educational level, which is some of the things that Brother Boafo, aka Prof. Ebe breaking it down, he analysis from top to bottom, like baby I will fire. So to say like brother Boafon so can say to say nkla ketua mu no teenagers new youth like when they have children at young age now, it's most likely say their children will have the same thing. They choking the system. Even with the system's helping them, they causing a lot of money because their children and children, they ends up doing the same thing, having children at young age, and they depending on the system because that's what they are used to. The education background drops. They're not able to continue the education. So our tax money is actually supported. Can you imagine that? And then some of them are having sex because of peer pressure, because their friends are doing that and they pushing them to do so. There are some people like growing up. I know this girl, she was sexually active, really, really young. She never got pregnant, or maybe she has her own stuff, or maybe she is taking care of herself, or she's having abortion and after abortion and stuff. People that she pushed into also being sexually active ended up getting pregnant, and I never saw her being pregnant. So there are some people who cannot take care of themselves. Brother Boafo also spoke in terms of, there are some teenagers and youth, they're thinking they having protective sex, the condom might be expired and they're using it without looking at the date. That's not good. You can get pregnant easy. So there is so many like that lack of education, immaturity, and lack of parental care, communication, that all plays part in it. So thank you so much, Sister Aisha Ankra. And this is where she was thanking Brother Wafo when he was speaking. Sister Sage Williams says sex education should start at home. even before taught by the school. Parents should also play a role in that. Some children hear these things from their peers, and it is not always the right thing. When things do not go well, there is a lot of blame to go around. Most certainly, I so agree with you, Sister Sage. I mean, like, I remember, like, my mom being a nurse, like, she talked to us in regards to um, having sex at a tender age, like, and she was on that. And then when my school in 10th grade, they gave us the consent form for them to sign it. Both my parents are very well educated because my father was a teacher and my mom as a nurse. So, like, they signed for me. That that was like the it for me. I was like, oh, I'm not having sex at a young age. And it made um like a good impact on me, because, like, watching that the pain that a woman has to go through to have a child. Even at the time, I didn't like, sometimes you don't even know how, like, women have children, but nowadays even little kids knows having sex can have that. But sometimes, growing up in our time, there were a lot of things that we were lacking of. But sex education should definitely start from home. There are some Ghanaian parents who will not have this. Even talking in this terms, they be like, no, like, when you talk to your children about sex, they're going to start having sex. I'd rather my children knows about sex at the appropriate age and being able to protect themselves and take care of their personal being than them not knowing at all and having to go learn it in school. Because, I mean, like, they didn't go the whole 9 yards with us in school because, there are some limitation. But as a parent, as parents, as family, you have the bigger platform to be able to educate your child as to whether or not you had children at tender age or later on in life, because we use our experience to educate our kids. And be truthful. Make sure, get your children to trust you, because if you, as the mother or a father, you're just going to make up stories and say things to scare your child, because the more you try to scare them, that their curiosity is going to get them to go and try to see how that works out. So we have to be really honest with our children when it comes to sex education. A lot of parents are not good with that. They fear for, like, giving them too much information. And also some parents are kind of like debating what is the right age to speak to your child or your children. There is no such thing, like, depending how mature your child is, because you may have a 9-year-old who looks very mature. So the age is just a number. You may have a 7-year-old who may be exposed to pornography and other things, playing games. Some of the games is inappropriate. That's why they have the rating. The same thing with movies. They have the ratings and stuff like that. So it's really important. It's based on your judgment as the parent. Like, when my daughter turned 5, our son was like, our son from 5, we spoke to him, but, like, from age 5 and up, for like, we spoke to them because they're the youngest of their older brother. From 5, we educate them and we taught them their body parts, areas in their body part that nobody, including myself and their dad and family members, anyone in school, everywhere, can never touch. You have the triangle, my the chest, the genital area, the backside, having someone tickle you, because some people, they don't tickle you just to tickle you to like just be free of it. Some people, they tickle you to see how you react to it. Before you know it, instead of tickling, they feeling your stuff. So like, their body is their body, and they need to be more aware of it. I remember before the pandemic, as the months and the years went on, when I'm dropping them off at school, we would talk and I'll ask them questions. Where in the part of your body nobody can touch, and then not putting themselves to be alone in a room with someone, with an adult, by themselves. Because what happens is that most of the time, when you allow yourself to be exposed to, or to be vulnerable, because sometimes when you're always alone with someone, in a room alone, an adult, as a female, male strength is stronger than a female strength. So you don't want to be left alone in a room by yourself with a pedophile, or like a sex addict, or like a molester. So like, we taught our children to make sure that in everywhere when they're in school, they need to make sure that there are other students in the classroom, there are other adults beside only one person, and also not allowing anybody to be touching them in certain area of their body. And they know that, and we start, educating them. When it gets to like, at the age that they are, our the younger ones, the 12-year-old and the 10, they're more into games, dancing, and all other stuff. They haven't really like asked the questions that they should be asking. But we're going to like, start talking to them. If they ask certain questions, yes, we're going to be telling them the truth. We're not going to go around the bushes and stuff like that. Reproductive system and all that. Now they having 100% remote learning, transitioning back to school. The 12-year-old, like he has become a man, standing next to him. I'm like little for him. He's bigger and taller than I am. So we're going to start having such conversation, sex education with him, because, hey, I don't want any woman to go and introduce my son and my 12-year-old, and then him also. So this, like vice versa. So we definitely have to educate our children from home before they go outside. Some parents may not be so with that, but it's really important. We have to really embed in our children with enough information, whereas they make the right decisions and not put themselves in a situation whereas it's going to mess their life up and having to prevent them from further the education. Crisscross, Sister Missy, born in Nsem, my brother, Boafo. Brother Boafo, thank you so much. Much respect, right? Much respect and big up. Crisscross means I say you were well managed and smart. That was to Brother Boafo. And then we will do a program about the pre-orgasms and the orgasms. We would definitely do that. Crisscross was just jumping ahead. She got too excited. Just let me see. Come Brother Boafo, Casado, nothing say. Ani agye saa de deɛ saa de nsɛm bi wɔ hɔnom a woyɛ yɛ hey, Miss C, your friend is Sister Aisha Brother Victor Boafo, aka Prof there. And yeah, easy. Hey, say Prof, when you need back who the caller is a sex doctor pa. Shy. Hey. Thank you, caller, and good health. Amen, amen, amen to that. Love the cream. Oh, I see. Oh, you see, Sister say, Crisscross says she loves the cream. And you see, that's what's up. Sister Missy, we are waiting for Mr. Boafo lectures on that, on the pre-orgasm and the orgasm. Hey, my mom is going to be on, but I'm a grown woman, so she understands, and she also will come and contribute. Yeah. We adults. Very SMBA. True, good time to shop. Yes. After Christmas, that's when you get all the good deals. Mrs. Amma Mansa, mommy said, Mr. Sometimes the condom have holes in it. It is not safe. Brother Boafo. Ampo, some partners, if they purposely wants to get you pregnant, and I say, or ban per se, or winyimna, what immediate panier needle, they will stuck in there. So you think that you have a condom on, and boy, things are doing its work. He's going every corner. Some partners will intentionally poke holes in the condoms, and then you have some partners now because they're not using the right condom. Send your brother you are spy into idea spy no something that has a spy is not going to work effectively. So you just chunk instead of 99.9%, it's going to come over down to 0%. It's not going to be effective. So we have hey mommy. Oh my God. Oh, thank you also. No problem. You stay blessed as well. I know, right? I'm doing well, right, brother Boafo. And you on man, I'm the Kobafo. But me say me can ye, brother Boafo. Okay, and please don't summon me to the court. Okay, I have fixed it. I have fixed it. Why me pacho? That's part of being overly excited. And I have fixed it. Please, I beg. Okay, so yes, Sister Sage, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's, Mommy Mensa. Mommy, that's for you. Amen. Thank you. This Aisha's anchor said, parents need to set aside time for talking and listening to their children. The listening part is equally important because some of our kids, they know a lot, but some of them knowing a lot and not knowing how to implement it is two completely different. So like, we do have some children, they feel like, oh, I know I can take care of myself. No, you have to really be able to know how to implement things in your life as you grow older. And parents need to listen to their children. I mean, most Ghanaian parents, when their child start expressing themselves, their feelings, their emotions, it is being kind of suppressed. But we shouldn't be doing that. We need to get our children to build. We need to build a healthy relationship with our children, and they'll be able to come to us and talk to us about most difficult conversation, including sex, having sex, being sexually active, and how to protect themselves. Because there are some kids, even as much as you educate them, if they want to have sex, are they going to have sex? There's nothing you can do or anybody will say that will prevent them from having sex. But nowadays you do have a lot of teenagers, youth having sex. Brother Boafo talked about how it has decreased because of education and all that, but we also have a number of percentage that are still doing that, having unprotected sex and all that. Thank you, brother Boafo. Say me, dear me, tree break. No court assembia. And I'm very appreciative, making that as like humorous. You're not holding double for that, but I should not. My favorite uncle's name is Victor also. I think I have shared that with you. Like Uncle Victor is like the awesomest like uncle. Sister Aisha Ankara said, be open to talking about all kinds of feelings, including anger, joy, frustration, fear, and anxiety, most definitely. But we also, as parents, we also need to help our children identify their feelings, their emotions, because you may have someone laughing and instead they might be feeling really sad inside. So we have to get them to identify that someone may be crying, and they telling you they mad. Crying is sadness, is not being upset. Anger is being like, so there are some of our children, like our daughter, when she was 7 8, like 6 7 8 9, like she couldn't, no, let me go back, 5 6 7, before she turned 8, she could not identify her feelings, because you ask her if she wants to eat something, she's crying. You haven't touched her, you haven't done anything to her, you just want to find out what she wants to eat, and she's crying over everything. And then when she start talking, she'll be like, I'm mad. And I'm like, wait a minute, how can you be mad and crying? Because are you sad, or you are mad, or you frustrated? Like, we have to help her identify her feelings. So I was like, when someone cry, it's either you happy or you sad. Which one are you feeling? And then she was able to tell us, okay, I am sad. And I was like, okay, so sadness and mad, they're two different feelings. So gradually she's now able to identify with her feelings. When her feelings are hurt, she'll be like, mommy, daddy, you guys hurt my feelings. And then we ask her, how did we hurt your feelings? And she's able to be expressive. That's part of learning effective open communication. She can identify with her feelings, in contrast to how she can also speak to her parents about it, be open, and us listening to her and validating her feelings. Because when our daughter, our kids speak to us, and once they finish with everything, we have to acknowledge the good job they have done, and being able to fully express themselves without having to not being able to identify their feelings. So it's like, it's really important, for our kids to identify themselves with what they feeling, what they're going through, how it came about, and what, as the parent, what are some of the coping skills that you can also add on to what they have learned, and how to productively support them, and making sure that they don't feel like singled out, or feel lonely, or feel that because they're not gaining the love and the care and the education from home, so they're going to go outside their marital home, their family home, and listen to their peers more, and people outside their home more than their loved ones. Because I mean, we create our own issues. So those were like a really great point, Sister Alicia Ankra. Oh, uh, Brother Victor. Well, I'm telling you, like, I don't know. I think you and I have a good brotherly sisterly relationship, because I just, your name is like, a connection for me, because as I said, my favorite uncle is like your name, Missy Matiwai. Okay, so Sister Aisha Ankara said it is all about effective communication. We need to avoid shaming our children, but rather focus on behavior. Bam, 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 bam. Like, a lot of times there are some children, some teenagers, youth, and people in general, men, women, like, we are more reactive than being proactive. We don't pause when situation happens or we feel in certain ways. We don't take a minute to kind of processing everything and let things settle before we react to it. Majority of us will react to the problems first or the feelings first and like just let it be, but after the fact then we want to go and think about it. It should be the other way around, but like learning coping skills, better coping skills and effective communication will help us, decrease all that, the reaction, and then be gradually be able to be more proactive. Because when some things are you going through some things or like something happens right away, your best reaction and a productive way is for you to pause even when you don't understand it. Just play it in your head for a little bit. Why would this person tell me that? Why am I feeling this way? what can i possibly to what can I possibly do to make me feel better? What are some of the ways that I can go about to not worry myself or stress myself? Who can I trust to talk to about my feelings and not for them to judge me or like blame me, and me taking accountability? Am I ready to take accountability? Am I mentally capable of doing that, accepting my wrong and hold myself accountable, and also work on myself and making sure that I do not repeat the same situation going forward? So we have to build ourselves up. Self work is very important, but most times, we do have some teenagers, some youth, some women, some men. They put themselves in situation or start being sexually active because that's the only way that they see that they are wanted, or being loved. But as I said earlier, and most of the information that Brother Victor Boafo gave, aka Prof, came and analyzed, on this program, it give us a sense of like, because of lack of a lot of information and knowledge and so many things, human being, we limit ourselves from being able to achieve so much and taking good care of our whole being, our whole existence. Women who value themselves, their partner values them. Women who love themselves, their partner loves them. Women who have self-confidence, their partner also learn to have self-confidence. So it's like, and it's vice versa. Everything that we become, we kind of project that or like reflect that on other people, because to be with someone who lack of confidence, they're not going to be the person that will motivate you. No, your stuff, like everything is going to go downhill. So you need to make sure that you have all that qualities in you in order for you to help somebody else. And in order for you to have children, you have to make sure that you're not a child yourself, that you are well educated, grown. Like, some people would say, oh, you don't have to have education to, be able to be a good parent. True that. However, how is your child going to turn out? Like, is your child going to repeat your same mistake or like vice versa? So it's always important. We need to focus on our kids. Mr. Missy, thank you. God bless. We have to educate our kids. We have to get our kids to like really love themselves, care for themselves, value themselves, have self-discipline, teach morals into our children, and have them make the best decision instead of having to listen to noises outside. They say empty barrel makes the most noise, because a lot of people, there are some teenagers, some youth, some adults, both men, women alike, they cannot function without someone directing them. And that's really a shame, because a lot of times, some people don't realize that, you have your own mind. You have the common sense, but common sense is not so common for everybody. Some people have great ideas and they have a lot of great potential, but they tend to like not follow their intuition. They listening to someone because of someone they following, someone they supporting, or like a party that they with, like. So if people are displaying foolish and poor characteristic now, they're supporting that because the person said something that they were thinking the same. No, you have to make up your own mind. You have to do things that makes you happy and will add to your life and be more successful. Pregnancy should not be a fashion, like make sure that you taking really good care of your whole being. um that Listen, Juice Plus. So today I didn't talk about Juice Plus, healthy living Juice Plus for the guys. I need you guys to be able to eat. Hey, Pastor Patience. Hello, the beautiful and knowledgeable Pastor Patience. How you doing? Apomuti saying welcome, and happy holidays to you as well. Thank you, Sister Ayusha Ankras. And when you communicate well with your child, it leads to a strong relationship, greater cooperation, and feelings of worth. Most definitely, when communication is a struggle, it can lead to your child switching off, conflict, and feelings of worthlessness. I mean, it's sad. Oh, it's really sad. Maybe aname pa maame nankasa no na usuro ne ba. Ebi wɔ hɔ no ma ɔde ne ba ɛba a agyere a ɔka kyerɛ ne ba ne sɛ ɔde ne kɔ store akɔtɔ nneɛma ama no, na akwaraa ne fa mu da a akwaraa n'ani so bɛte no na ɔde n'aba baby a akwaraa no wɔ residence na akwaraa no wɔ no, na akwaraa n'ani ti a na no akwaraa yi ma me fa nsuo mu ma nsuo bo me na me ho fɔ sɛ kyaka. Me nso mekɔ adwuma a memfa extra clothes. Enti no me bedru adwuma mu no, I had to ask my boss to leave for the day because obi a me ho afọ hwan atade na me kofa ahye. Enti no, and I wasn't prepared for the rain, and I wasn't prepared for akwaraa no to be walking around for hours and hours. Nsuo to gidi mfremebo. Akwaraa so on TV da sane maame de na baba. Esa se maame no osuro akwaraa no te say effective communication ni hono. They buy their children love. You can buy your child's love. You can buy your partner's love. You can use sex as a means of affection, to love someone, care for somebody. I mean, to say sex is a whole lot of other, but about boafo. Rebecca, thank you, Sister Aisha. So very true. Oh, Odo Yewumi Dase. Chiamie J said, good job, Adwoa. Thank you, Odo. Thank you. Love you, babe. Okay, my mother, Mrs. Amamensa said, thank you so much. You so very, very welcome, mommy. Yeah. Like, when you have educative, like my parents, like most of the time African parents, the fathers, they normally don't want to talk about sex with their children, especially their daughters. Are you kidding me? They don't even know where to start. But there are some exceptional fathers, someone like Brother Victor Boafo, aka Prof. Onodio, he goes around all that, but there are some, Ghanaian fathers that some of them do not have the ability to do so, the capacity. I mean, like mentally, psychologically, they're not prepared for that because a lot of them feels that if they talk to their children in that manner, they're going to start having sex. But it doesn't work like that. I feel the more information you pump into your child, they will make the right decision. Even when they're being pressured by their peers, they will make the right decision, at the time of need, the conversation as the mother or father had with them is going to register. They're going to remember. It's going to play in their head, and they're going to be able to walk away and not put themselves in that vulnerable position and stuff. And Kay has been doing a really good job with that. All thanks to Moa. Having tough conversation. Yes, it's like awesome. That's the patience one love. Hey, brother Victor Waffle, aka Prof, says, Adwoa Odo, you are so right about teaching our kids about sex education. If we don't teach them about sex and sexuality, they will certainly learn about it from elsewhere. And an opportunity to instill family values in them may be completely missed. It is strategic to start talking to kids about sex when they are young and continue that conversation as they age. Bam, 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 bam. Hey, I'm telling you all to say, like, some like a lot of parents don't realize you have to really educate your children. Nkwadaa no bi wɔ hɔnom a brother Boafo woka asɛm bi sɛ, like, awofo no bi wɔ hɔnom koraa mpo na, like, ɔno no deɛ wɔyɛɛyɛ nti no ɔkasa kyerɛ ne ba no koraa, ne ba no refer no to deɛ what she did or what he did when they were their age. So how do you advise your child when you yourself did not do what you? That's why we have to be truthful with our children. What we did not do, don't go and say, oh, me shano hey, me na me pe me masemo me ni be ma na for him say me nya 25. That's a lie. Brother Victor Boafo say, kids are exposed to sex information from external sources like school, as earlier mentioned, friends, online, and social media at a much earlier age than many parents expect. Yeah, increase the volume there, brother Boafo. But Boafo. I say, as parents, we should never rely on the school system to teach our kids about sex education. Yeah, because if in that they don't go to the extreme, there are guidelines. They can teach certain things, but they can't go all the way. So that's a bam 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 bam. Brother Boafo went on to say, if they are taught sex education at school, it is incumbent upon us to ask our kids what they learn about the subject. And hold on, I bet stories. Obi wɔ hɔ koraa mpo a ne yɛkyerɛ no wɔ school no when Anthony tirim and then review that with them to ensure that they weren't brainwashed to accept the general norm. Hey, and also Prof, that's true. I mean, like, there are some teachers. I mean, teachers, I have great respect for teachers. The work that they do is a whole lot. Can you imagine having 16 different personality in your classroom? And, there are some students who are very, very difficult, very disrespectful, and all the way around. When you're trying to teach the classroom, they make so much noise and they display disruptive and distraction things just to get other clowns. They become the clown of the classroom, to just make jokes and stuff like that and be disruptive in the classroom. And then when you call the parent comes, and the way the parents carry themselves and talk so loud, you know exactly what kind of environment and toxic home or unhealthy home environment this student is coming from, because that's something that they used to, they don't know structure very well. But we do have some pedophiles who are able to get through the system. Background check does not reveal that, because in America, like, when you have juveniles, commit crimes and do sexual assault and rapes and stuff like that, they will seal it, because and then later on, when you do background check, it doesn't come on. You have some grown adults who are like, molesters, and even in churches and stuff, you have them in there. Some of them could be church members, some of them could be the church leaders and stuff like that. They all over the place. So also brother Boafum raised a very concerning point. Like when your child does have sex education in school, you have to talk about it and find out the materials that was taught to them, to make sure that there are no brainwash and no misinformation given to your child, whereas your child is making the wrong decisions and stuff. So thank you for that. Yes, Sister Aisha, happy holidays to you as well. Brother Victor Wafo, aka Prof says, hey, my reading way home. Oh yeah, I read this one. I thought I didn't read it. Okay. Pastor Patience says, Sister Adwoa, I'm doing well. Just busy cooking, so I can't type, but I'm listening. Wonderful. What are you cooking, Pastor Patience? Yummy, yum. My mother, Mrs. Amma Manson, says mothers should be careful when they have men friends because they may cook and give it to the children to be given to the men. The men then take advantage of the girls and have sex with the children. Hey, mommy, you come and raise something. So yes, I mean, hey, as a more like I like back home sometimes, like when you live in a big family home that you have people also renting and stuff, at times you have some people do cook, and then they will send their child to bring the food to so and so because they gave them extra money to like whatever. One of these days when you're not in the house, we have some family members that goes to the farm in the middle of the day. There is like nobody in the house, and you have some people, yeah, pedophiles, molesters in the house. I remember like when hey mommy, that's why I say you bring something, you're going to open up some can of worms. I remember when I was 14 and a half, in the afternoon, my uncles, like, they have went to the farm, and it was in the afternoon time, and my mom had sent us some clothing, and one of the clothes that my mom sent, it was like how you may call it, like capri pants, dress. So I was wearing the capri pants dress, and the zip was in the side of my armpit. So if you don't know that dress now, you won't know where to go and open and take it off. And to take it off, my eyes have to be open for you to take it off. So I went to one of my cousins' boys' quarters room. It's a one bedroom, and I went and lay there. My cousin was there, and we were talking. And at some point, I fall asleep. He had told me that he's going out to get some fried plantain, yellow plantain, and beans. So I was waiting for that, but I fell asleep. So when he left, at some point in between, I don't know what went on, but as I was laying there, I felt a weight on me, and I'm trying to like make a turn to my side. I couldn't move, but like something was like weighing on me. So I open my eyes, and I have one of my cousin's friend like laying on top of me, thrusting atopa kesie, and ye wobuni left and right, and why you me ding ding ding. Hey, me Jimmy Huanji. I tried to push this guy off, nothing. And why you me dear me Huyane said there was like this disgusting smell. Once the mema spent, you're strong. I didn't know at the time. I was 14 and a half. I just smelled that, right? And he has released himself on my clothing. because he couldn't figure out where the zip was, you know. So he just lay on top of me with my clothes on and just started thrusting. Oh, bua to pangu me so keke. Jimmy, hey, everybody be more sickle. And you know, like onwa ne ho ba wie, you know, I guess that's what I would say it on my clothes. And oh sorry, into oh sorry, you know. Now me sorry times na me say at the time na me name what the hell can I had my and I'm say edi ensem fun tantani na me wo fa penny me ma me nua penny ohen no wo fie me te so waba na me sorry ye na o pese wo twe me on pese me kwa abonte na me gye me ho na me call fishia fie na fishia family house na me call enti me kɔ no ade ne bon kan na egu matade mu enti no me ye na me pia abonte na me wo fa busa me se adwede ba asem na me ka kyerɛ nse hwede nipa so mesi aye egu me so no mada mani so tee me na oda me so na ayi bi firi ne ho na ɔde agu me ho na me wo fa se we of see this guy from coming to our family home. Since that day, you know, I never saw this guy. But I thank God to say, and yemi mami atadia or the premier na ye capri pants dresser. Can you imagine akwala amada anka kwei anko repu misada no ewia no. By all means, and me share regular atadia. Uncle Befan anyway down there. And you know, sometimes circumstances and situation be here. Na ye bianswa will be anyone like I was no didn't say summer no. Say this guy was in business so what question we been why not just I was a nansayam that's 3 years ago and I'm finding out to say this guy and I'm feel say or ye family friend, you know. Say what ye your friend extended family member. But my uncle, he makes sure say he never came to that house again because he lives with morals. And no no on fa and wondin some kra. Baako bi no de esa say ne ba na odwen ne ho ne ba di nsem ho a wo kokan na yasan boa ka ho me wo fa we say de wo hold this guy accountable. If he wasn't for that capri dress na anka kwai anka oye melanto se nanka wasɛ ma brabo kra wo bae akwalada na nipa panyimu because me na ɔwanya ne 20s mu ɔwɔ ne 20s mu na wutimi akwalada wutimi be ebe so ɔdane mi a hu zip no ɛna ɛja mesi na bibi hya me so madam bibi hya me so ɛyɛ dududu after akwai wa manta me to set chale and no be small enti no to say ma me fo almost suma mo manke to ade aduane koma ayi be ma bi e wo ne dem num ni ade da bia na wo ma oba ayi regular norm routines one day be ye edabone wo be hu wo hwe akwara no se ne akwara ni nyi ni nan kokomunum ni ade no se ne ye yi no na wa rape woba na say wa say sexually assault your child. Means so at the age of from age 12 and a half to me early even now no I still have me nice me cat legs me naya me papa nine and me fire. I have nice leg. As I work out and so me work out me stretch and na ye butu. And you know at me age, you know, send ye my na o food it. One bed me so boom to perform time. No self-control. You see, hey brother and crack I have missed you, pal. So mommy, you make a great point, pal. He is lucky my uncle didn't whip his ass with wire belt. Ma, like the way Olumai was like so upset, Olumai just kicked him, like he grabbed his shirt and threw him out of the back door going to the cocoa, baby a cocoa no wedrian. He just threw him out and told him never to come to the house again. And that was the last time I ever saw him growing up, coming to our house. And it wasn't easy. Uh, some who say no like it was really bad. But in some me atade otobram ne save me in Kenya sadi anka sister nka I don't know how my life will turn out, and so I'm grateful for that. Brother Ankara, greetings to you as well. Afishia pa apomu etisen. My dear Bintu Muhammad and Sister Emilia Bonsu, Mimamu nyinaa makɔ aba. Pomu saying Brother Kwesi Abeyi nso yɛ ma wakɔ aba. Sister Cynthia Abumi, welcome. Hey, Ahonfedua, me who watch you. Sister Cynthia, where have you been? And I know there are other people also who has tuned in by your name. The way it's written, it's written in how you may call it, you can't make out the word, so I don't know what name it is. Let me see. My beautiful sister Doris Osebonsu, Emma Aquaba, brother Isaac coming. Welcome. Hey, sister Shaila. That would tell her no me feel so obako. Sister Cecilia question the program. I said, Mammy, young in supporting Sister Janet painting. Welcome. My him fe nana Boama Medasin Supam Mesel Ayuko. Please tell Crisscross to WhatsApp me. Crisscross, brother Ankara said WhatsApp her. Why? Yes, I miss you more and the family. Oh, we miss you too. We are not doing I don't even know what's going on. Yes. So like, you have some sick people out there. And then Midimu see her saying, but I said, me, we can't go without me playing one or two songs. I will do just that. Okay, brother Uncle, brother what's this I saw before? We will talk. So overall now, brother Victor Boafo, aka Prof. Abedudwa nneɛma mu abɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu abɛpɛnsɛmpɛnsɛn mu mo a na mowɔ so no mote nsɛm dodoɔ a ɔhyɛɛ. Very educative, very productive information that some of us parents can use to educate our children, and those who were not able to do that, we should be able to they say deprogram and reprogram yourself and use your experience to also educate your child. But my niece Alpha, I was hoping Alpha will come and say one or two things. Right now, I know she's watching me, possibly knowing her, laying down laughing. But Alpha, thank you for the topic. I have learned so much today with all the information that brother Victor Boafo came, aka Prof. Beshe. I'm grateful for that, and I thank you for giving me a topic to talk about. Maybe in the future, and also through this topic, we have also generate another topic that we will come and talk about it: pre-orgasms and orgasm. We have to educate ourselves all the way. Some people may not be for it, but hey, the more the merrier. When there is no such things as knowing too much is good, because that will add to your life. Sister Sage, Sister Missy, Sister Aisha, Crisscross Mensa, my baby sister, Brother Ankra, Mommy, Mrs. Amma Mensa, Brother Victor, Boafo, aka Prof, Boss Lady, Pastor Patience, at the phone, my love, medɔ baako pɛ kyea me agye mo nyinaa meda mo ase ne mo contribution mo productive contribution meda mo nyinaa mo ahyɛ sɛ nawɔtwe biara nso meba a monya mmerɛ ba ɛbɛ support me meba bɛkyinkyin me pa nyinaa still no mo ba bɛtie ɛnɛ deɛ manhu sister Nana Asamoah sɛnea ɔkae most of the time sometimes when I come on live now she does not see me. I don't know what is happening. Sometimes we might be following the person, but when I come live, you don't see. So it's like when I come on live and you're watching me and you see something pop up and say, turn on the notification manually, because that's when you will see me when I come live. So I appreciate all of you, the love that you guys give me, and also be able to learn so much information from you. We all teaching ourselves. Informal education and formal education, they both great. We need to educate ourselves, build ourselves up, having self-confidence, self-love, self-assessment, having self-everything. Self-work is so very important, and always bless ourselves. There isn't anything in this world that we cannot do. Our limit should be only the sky, but we need to acquire knowledge, research on things that we get. In everything, there is always solution, but children should not be having children. Children needs to give themselves enough time to grow and not use pregnancy as a fashion, to kind of like put their pictures out there, and it's not, because bringing a child to this world is really important, and it's a blessing. So mothers, fathers, we need to do our very best to educate our kids, to educate ourselves, and making sure that every child that we bring into this world, they are well taken care of, loved, cherished, and we embed in them all the right things to do, and also taking accountabilities when they do not make the right decisions, and changing their whole aspect of thinking, the dysfunctionalness, the toxic, the unhealthiness. We need to get rid of all that, because as humans, we are our own worst enemy. We create problems after problems, and we are and most of us are very attractive to negativity. Negativity does not require work. So most people are more inclined to do that. Positivity requires a lot of work. In every good thing, you cannot acquire good things and sustain it without hard work. So we have to be very appreciative of ourselves and people, those who love us. And we should never use sex as a means of love, because sex and love has nothing in common. Yes. Brother Victor Boafo, aka Prof, says we learn something every day. The only time we stop learning is when we are dead. Thanks for the honor and opportunity to be on the show. Well done, Adwoa Odo Mensa. Thank you so very much. And I will end on that. Thank you guys so very much. I'm just coming to I'm going to my Slim Buster and my Quadrantry to finish the program. Quadrantry at the Love Rough. Yes. We celebrate in the beginning with Keche Kwame Apia. Yeah, baby, bro. The number me ball first no afishia pano. Me ma me the two WhatsApp group muna me catcher and say no na me di open today. Into let's go. Okay, Mami Mo Slim Buster home. I love Take Me Home. Hey, then I'll go to Quadrantry and Rika. Well, na me free one man na me call groovy. Groovy dear me ba na me ka come in some be. Bye guys. I love you guys. Okay. What time you coming back? Oh, hold on. Oh, thank you so much for reminding me. I'll be coming back in 3 hours time at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern time. Yeah, with Sopho Samuel, Sopho Samuel Okuso, and Baba Church, our our Musam, we'll see you there. If we will not be coming, I will send you guys a message. I'll see you guys later. Let me go back. Okay, my already I'm better. Me pamocho wa won't juice plus no omega blend no. A man and juice plus is for family. You have to come and buy some from Moa. Sister Missy, okay? Mamu my procrastinate and what to honor too much for your society. Healthy living is good for us. Yes, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern time. That time now Ghana no more tree. Now London no con. Now I believe Germany so no con. We're making sure someone tune in. Sister Quia Boatima. Welcome. Hey, ask me who. Let me see. Brother Kwesi, Brother Franklin appear. Mama Kwaba. There was a name that I saw. I was not able to acknowledge because I was kind of caught up with something. It's not intentional. Sometimes, I just caught up with certain things and I'm not able to acknowledge everybody. But I thank each and every one of you. Sister Anita Aquia, that was the name I saw earlier. Sister Elizabeth, and I welcome you also. Sister Esther G.H. Papa B. Nopre, Sister Dora Amedika, welcome you also. Let me see. I think that's the name I see. And I welcome each and every one of you. Okay, so let's go back to the song. Okay, that's good, brother. And your mama for and your mama to and your mama boy, mommy, you know,
no more. And mama banging, tears are on the soul. And mama flying, tears are on the soul. And mama boy, okay, I let the carpet sleep. Y'all be soon the oil Jomolingo. One can dance in the song. You got Jomono, I'm a shipping. One can dance in the song. Eh, when I get my 12 I don't care. In my G won't come. Oh, my little man, take a boat. Eh, I think you're small. I'm a whole way. I want to Yana Johansson young Kutono Mamadada, Palamaka, Lobita Papa, Chicago, Shimina, and the Roma, I was in the Roma, I got the book. Alex, I am pressing. How I go, okay. And Mama Banging, tears are on the soul. And Mama tears are on the soul. And Mama boy, Mama This is my heart. I see the smile all over my face. Though you don't even see how I feel, but I can see all the time in my dreams. I can feel all the time with me. Each time and every time I hear this song, I know you're thinking about me. No. And you mama crying. And you mama crying. And you mama boy. Mommy. Mama.
Charlie. Yeah, Mr. Missy. This is for you. Hey.
All day,
Happy, prosperous New Year in good health, happiness, love, peace of mind, and financial free. I see you guys later on this afternoon. And then also tomorrow, you guys join me tomorrow at noon US time with Sister Sika. And it's going to be Sister Amamens and myself and two other wonderful creative brothers that we're going to be talking about a lot of interesting topic. So you guys, need to join the back of my head. Oh, okay. I'm coming to trim the back for you. Yes, and so you guys tune in tomorrow, Sunday at noon US time. It's going to be amazing discussion, having opposite, both sex discussing the same topic. That's like awesome. Normally the guys will leave it on us, but This time around, we mixing it together, so you guys don't miss it. Okay, take care of yourself. One love to each and every one of you always. Bye, guys. Take care. Okay, this let's see.